Blog Talk Radio.
Like sands through the hourglass, these are the soaps of our lives.
Welcome to Take-Two Radio. We are pleased to bring you interviews with people in the entertainment and music industry, discussions and recaps of the 4 remaining daytime soaps. That's The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless, General Hospital, and Days of Our Lives, as well as various other shows. For upcoming and previous shows, check Take2Radio.com. That's with the number 2. And you can find us on Blog Talk Radio, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and other streaming apps. Follow us on social media at Take2 Radio, and thanks for listening.
Hey, good evening, everybody. This is David, your acting host for Take2 Radio, Soap and Review, and I'm filling in with Pam. And tonight, joining me, I have 2 of my favorites, Candace.
What's up, America and the world?
And Anthony.
You like me. You really, really like me.
Yes, I do. Just the 3 of us tonight because we're missing 2 of our guys.
Has it been 2 weeks already?
Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
Well, I have an interesting piece of news, but Candace, do you have anything to share with us?
Yes, I do.
I thought so.
Well, it's a couple of things.
you know I watch your feed, girl.
So, real quick, again, we want to send Greg Vaughn more healing powers. He's fine. He's okay. He's back to normal, but still, he's still kind of dealing with some of the, remains. When you're still sick and you have to get all that out, so doing that. Also, let's see. What else? I don't know. What else? Oh, well, next week, is the anniversary. See, okay. So, as many of you guys know, it's still in development with Procter & Gamble with the Gates, which I just thought about something when I was listening to the intro. You know how it said the 4 remaining soaps?
Mm-hmm.
If all goes well, that might have to change.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, my little piece of
the 5 remaining soaps?
The 5 soaps. Well, 4 remaining soaps and a brand new soap, the Gates.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to find something a little bit more poetic, but I don't think we can say the 5 remaining soaps. We're going to have to find a little poetic way to...
Yeah. Oh,
Honey,
wait,
Candace?
Anthony.
Yes?
You forgot something. Because I think I know where you're going at, but before you do it, I think you should, give a special anniversary shout-out. A certain soap turned 37 on... over the weekend.
Oh, Bold.
Yeah.
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 So you said you forgot something, and I'm like, what? Okay. Yes,
just like somebody
absolutely.
forgetting a true anniversary. See, folks?
37 years of The Bold and the Beautiful, still boasting 2 of the original cast members, Captain Kelly Lang and John McCook.
Yeah.
37 years.
I was watching a Golden Girls episode the other day, and I said, "Oh my God, that's Eric!" I have seen that episode 100 times. I never truly paid attention to him. His name is Steven. In the episode, he has a heart attack. The whole 9 yards. Goes back to his former girlfriend.
Not him.
Yes, it is him.
That can't be him. No.
Yes, it is him.
I think it is him.
Steven,
too.
the one who had a heart attack?
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm saying right now. Because he was in the episode of Hotel and also The Love Boat, which you can watch on Pluto TV.
Okay, Candace. I have been dying for us to get together because I know you don't know this. This is an exclusive that I was given permission to reveal this evening. A very controversial ex-CBS actress has signed on in one of the executive producer roles for The Gates, and it has hinted that there is a definite possibility that she will appear on screen as well. I'll give you guesses if you'd like, Candace.
Go ahead and tell me.
I wonder who I think it is. Yeah.
I'm going to give you...
Is there a V?
There is a V in it. Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Hi, Victoria.
Go ahead, David.
Is it Victoria Rowell?
It is Victoria Rowell. Victoria Rowell will be working on the production team of The Gates and would love to appear on screen.
Oh, I was hoping that she'd get in there. Because I had a momentary blackout this weekend, and because I forgot the production company, and I was thinking, well, yeah, I messaged you.
Yeah.
And you confirmed it for me. It's Sony that she can't.
Right? Because, so David had said was The Gates a Sony production. I was like, no, it's Procter & Gamble. And he asked if there's a possibility that Victoria, because it wasn't Sony, could, jump on here. And I said, yeah, and I think for everybody, and I'll just say this, and Anthony, sorry for jumping in, I think when this all came out, the first person everybody thought about was Victoria, considering how much of a fight she had to put up, her, CBS, Sony, her, and how, she was telling everybody the truth. But, again, just like with Over Days, you don't really see it because you don't see the evidence being presented because everybody is so behind the scenes covering up stuff. And so when this came out, I don't know if anybody has saw it on Twitter, but everybody was hashtagging "Thank you, Victoria," because they felt as though she helped with this. Even though she wasn't attached to it, you see what I'm saying? Her presence, her powerful, continuation to bring awareness to it. You got it. So yeah, I'm not. To be honest, I'm not surprised. I'm happy about it. She is one of the top 10 performers, actresses that they want to see on the show for the wishful casting that everybody did. And when some other things fall into place, I might have some news too.
I have two other things that unfortunately did not come through for today. But, basically because there has been that much chatter out there, there should be an official announcement or Wednesday or Thursday. And my dream, I'm just putting this out there is no backstage scuttle. I'm not foreshadowing something that I'll be able to announce on our next show or the show after that. But quite honestly, I really think it's time, for James to move from Days and to take a role, take an active participation in something where he'll be valued, where he really, deserves to be valued, a.k.a. Abe. And to, to see James Reynolds, to potentially see him with Victoria Rowell on screen, as the matriarch and patriarch, kind of, cementing in. Think about it. But yeah, Victoria put a lot of love out there, and the chatter came back, and there's still a lot of love for her out there. And because of all that, I got the green light to say, just look for the announcement. It's coming towards the end of this week.
I will say this. I don't know much about this, but I will say this. James Reynolds, if James was to go over there, it would be a reunion in the sense that, Michelle was over there for Generations. And you've probably been hearing a lot about Generations in the last couple of months.
Yeah.
Check out the EW.com interview with Sally Sussman Marina, Janelle Allen, and Vivica A. Fox about the famous cat fight and a name drop of a certain audio podcast, Forever and a Day. But a lot of people have, been talking about, the wishful casting. And again, James Reynolds was one of the people because, like you said, right now when we talk about Days, I don't know. It has a hit and miss with this. But I do feel as though with James Reynolds being one of their longest-running actors on the show, an Emmy Award winner at that, such a fixture of the show.
A recent Emmy Award winner.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't been giving him something versus when I think, and I think everybody is saying this, is that we're seeing certain people on these soaps that we know has the potential to rise up. And now you got a new soap, and it's like, okay, if this show isn't going to use this actor, come on over to the gate. So, we shall see.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it seems like James and Jackie basically hit a lull because we don't know what's next for them.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. And I don't know if we're going to start with Days, but at least for this piece of the conversation, let's be honest. They dropped the whole Chanel storyline. They set up something that could have been epic, and it was, I'm sorry, but it was a major fail. It was a snoozer. No one really cared. No one really paid attention. And, you have James.
The Sweet Bits thing?
All of it. Yes, all of it.
All that with Talia and all what she did, that part? Yeah, that was a little odd. And then being gracious.
And I'm sorry, but, you have Jackie, and yes, everybody is always going to, at least for a moment, remember, Mary, it's Marja. But girl can act. Girl can tear it up. And you have her paired with James. There are certain things that have been buzzing around online on and off for the last, almost year now about certain cultures that are not being given storylines that could be told in the context of the bigger storylines that are happening. And when you read some of these posts, you know what? I don't think in that context on a daily basis. But then I read the posts and I go back and I kind of piece it to pieces of the storyline, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, do you guys need to hire a DEI? And I'm going to throw in accessibility for our disabled community. Do we need to bring in a DEI, officer to kind of review stuff and say, hey, this is an opportunity. Let's take this. And again, it's not like he won the Emmy, 20 years ago and it's just been hanging on the laurels. That was some amazing, incredible work. And since then, it's just been, comparatively speaking, when you look at the other vets of the show, what they have all been given. It doesn't balance out. Having said that, though, Candace, give us any updates you have for Forever and a Day before we jump into your favorite girl.
Oh, we're jumping into Forever and a Day? Because that's my favorite.
Of course, girl.
I have no shade on my own. So yeah, we're still getting situated for season 5, our final season. Getting choked up a little bit. We are going to premiere on August 6th, which is kind of sort of close to the anniversary, but at the original date, which was August 3rd, 2020.
Yep.
Woo!
Yep.
That went by fast. We was doing COVID, you guys. Remember COVID?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. When the world shut down? Okay. So we decided to kick off the final season as close to the original date as possible. And Anthony, I have to keep my mouth shut about something until we get closer to the premiere. Because I told you a couple of months ago there was somebody that we have on the show that's going to be guest starring on our show that's going to blow your socks off. And I now want to say this. You may pass out because of the other person we have on the show this week.
Oh, got to go on. Hold on.
Look, it was so, it was not even the alarm going off.
Girl, that is your conscience telling you don't give it away now, but you can tease it absolutely.
I'm going to keep the secrets regarding the show.
And honey, I want my scene. You know.
I know.
You know. All right.
I know.
Let's start with the Young and the Restless. And Candace, catch us up on what's been going on in the last 2 weeks.
Okay, so 50% of the Young and the Restless I'm not talking about, but the other 50% I am going to talk about. So this has been the question I've been saying. What the heck is happening to Ashley? I'm now giving names to her alters. We got Shelly, we got Candy. I said last night on Soul Party, we got, Bashley, Ashley, Trashy, and Messy. But we're getting some alternate versions of Ashley, which Jack and Billy kind of said something's wrong, but they are like, it's Ashley, you know how Ashley is. Meanwhile, Ashley is over there holding her head, while other Ashley is like all over Tucker. Tucker's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Audrey's like, bitch, I will fight you. I will get you. And Ashley's like, get out of my face, little girl. There's an Ashley who can't stand Abby. She's like, God, she's annoying. And then we have another Ashley who's a little shy, and she's a little childish. And she told Billy, what's up, bro? What's up?
That's Cherry.
Like, that's Cherry? Okay, because she likes
Cherry.
Her drink. Okay, got you. So now she's chilling, and I saw something for tomorrow, and I'm now going to say the one with the cherry is a teenager, like a younger version. Right. Because I can't tell you what she did, but my goodness, she did remind me of a teenager. I was like, okay.
You saw it already?
Huh?
You saw it already?
No, I said I saw something from tomorrow's episode. Yeah.
I didn't.
What was the social media? They post everything. It was just like a picture, though. It was a picture. But I was like, oh, my God, that's such a teenage move. But I'm going to say this. This is something else that Josh Griffin does a little well. Again, is the psychiatry of the mind. Ashley has mental health issues. This goes all the way back to the 80s, folks. This is not a retcon. This is not a rewrite or anything. This is true to the game. Who can forget when she had that baby blanket, Robert?
Yeah, I remember that. That was a tough era.
That messed everything up. But now it seems that Tucker, which I'm sorry, Josh, I'm going to really need some explanation on this, that Tucker has broken her. And the only thing I could say was Ashley, when she came up with this plan, she was in control of trying to get Tucker to expose whatever he was going to do and stuff like that. Obviously, it failed. So now it's like Ashley feels like a failure. Here comes all the alters. So if you're going to tell me that Tucker is the main reason for all this, I'm going to need some heavy flashback, piece it together, sit me down, act like I'm 2 and I don't know my ABCs. I'm going to need somebody to help me understand all this. But, and we said this last night, we noticed some inappropriate chemistry between Eileen Davis, Cherry, right? Cherry, right?
Cherry.
And Jason Thompson.
Yeah, inappropriate, I would say, yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you guys, what are you guys thinking about the storyline? Is it moving you? Is it doing something to you? Or are you just like me, Eileen Davidson is holding all of our hands and pulling us through the storyline? This is that bad.
Do you know, I got to tell you, I wasn't, like, a couple shows back, I said I wasn't sure if I wanted another DID storyline because I think Josh tried it with Billy that one time and it flopped. So I was wondering. I mean, it didn't last too long. They had him chewing gum and like that. But I'm coming around because what you said, Candace, it is Eileen Davidson. And she has been known to take on more than one role at a time, a.k.a. Kristen, Susan Banks, and her brother, and Mary Myra. Oh, my God. So, yeah, if she can do it again, then I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. I'm going to say this. I feel you, Candace. I truly do. But there are only so many stories that can be told before we get to recycling. And DID is a trope. If it was on any other show or any other actress on this show except maybe Michelle Stafford, no, you know what? Tracy could do it. You know what? I'm not going to say any of the actors. But you have the queen. You have Eileen Davidson. So I'm not really loving the genesis of it at the moment. And I am right there with you. It cannot be about Tucker. There has got to be some deep, dark something that comes out of all this that Tucker triggered. He made her, he made that locked part of her brain open back up for whatever reason. But it can't be Tucker. I'm sorry, there just was never that strong of an emotional connection that suddenly she fractured now. Having said that, I like that they're playing the beat that she has. She has always been, back and forth and very dramatic and very, in her own feeling. She is the abbot that swings back and forth. Jack is always going to be Jack, and Billy is always going to be the screw up. Tracy is always going to be the mother, the little mother.
Yeah.
And that's the role that she was put in because of what Dina did. Ashley's the one that has always swung back and forth. So it all makes sense in those spaces. And then, of course, it's Eileen Davidson. There are very few actresses in the world. Forget about the world of soaps. There are very few actresses in the world that can play this credibly. And I'm so on board with Eileen Davidson. So I'm willing to let go of the genesis of where we are now and just pray that they really give us something meaty to chew on. When we get to the piece of we need to integrate, we need to figure out how to, bring her back to one Ashley.
Yeah, that's my thinking too, Anthony. Because unless I missed something, because I don't know where this is actually stemming from.
I mean, think about it, though, Candace. All three of us, we can point out 20 different reasons that this could have happened Candace brought up the baby. Way back in the 80s, crossing into the 90s, there was the triangle. There was the whole Victor thing and the kid. There's a lot of reasons that this could have happened up to this point. To introduce any of those as the reason without something else that we don't know, and please be careful, because rewriting history is a very tricky thing for soap operas. Watch General Hospital, watch General Hospital, watch General Hospital. Rewriting history is a very tricky thing. So, when they brought back Lindsay, Cameron, incredible. Y'all had me. Y'all did a good job with that. There was some rewriting there that didn't quite make sense, but then again, once it all played out, it was like, all right, I'm down with it. And so, in that vein, be very careful with what you do, but you've got to give us something. You got to give us something. I'm sorry, Days of Our Lives. You are who you are. So the Susan and the Sister Mary Moira and this and that plays because of how Days plays. Young and the Restless is a different beast. It's a different animal. We need something that is going to rip us open, tear us apart, and take us on this journey, because you have Eileen Davidson, who can give us, who can deliver everything. This could be the DID storyline to end, to rival Vicky, Nikki, Tommy. How many other people was she, Candace?
Oh, jeez, was it 7?
Jean. Oh, I love Jean. Jean was the best.
Princess.
Oh my God, I forgot about Princess. Yes. This is the storyline that could go. I'm sorry. This is the actress who could give this storyline the Vicky, Nikki, Jean, Princess, Tommy. Here we go.
Okay, so let me jump in and say this, because this is going to be a tough pill for me to swallow. Okay, I think that's the problem with this, is that if you don't come through and give, because here's the thing, I ultimately believe this is the way to get Tucker out. And what I mean by Tucker, I've been saying I have a funny feeling they're going to kill this character off. Young and the Restless, you have a pattern here that all of your bad guys that you've had on the show has died real quick when you have more story for them. To me, it is like a who done it. Will it be Audra or will it be one of Ashley's alters? And this is the thing. This is why I'm saying this to Josh. Jed Shelby, Griffin. Yeah, I'm calling your government name out. You was over there for One Life to Live. You and Michael both was over there to see how it is done. I do not need, and this goes to everybody who does a DID storyline on their soap. Ron, I'll talk to you later. Don't, in your head, compare it to One Life to Live. Don't compare it to God and Light. Don't compare it to As the World Turns, because guess who was over there when Royce
Keller.
Played by Terry, we missed you, man. All that. Josh was over there for that. So in case y'all didn't know, Josh has actually been on 3 soaps that has dealt with DID. Days, As the World Turns, and One Life to Live.
Like he was at Days?
He was there at Days.
Kimberly.
For a DID?
Kimberly. He wasn't there.
Okay, Kimberly.
He wasn't there for that auction, but he was there when they talked about it. But he wasn't there for that other DID storyline. Ronald, we'll talk to you later. But the thing is that you tried it before with Billy, and that was the ultimate fail. Josh, I'm noticing a pattern is when you try to do a storyline and it doesn't go well, you wait a couple of months and you try it again with some.
And then you reboot it with some.
You reboot it and you reset. And the problem is that you know that Eileen Davidson, look, the audience knows, if you give Eileen Davidson a yellow book, or Facebook list to read off, she's going to give it to us. She is going to be like, okay, A, B, and C. Thank you.
Wait, hold on, Candace. Let me do it for you. You ready?
Okay. Yeah, go.
Natalia Richardson. I'm just making up a name.
Right.
Today, I perfected the recipe of my fettuccine Alfredo with prosciutto and broccolini, and this is the picture that goes along with it. Now we're looking at Travis. Oh, Travis has been rollerblading along the beach in Venice. So fabulous. Look at his skates. They have a lot of bling on them. Yeah, no, I gotta go here though for a second, because Ashley, the character, has been through. You have made us go through with her. She has been knocked down. She has come up. She has been knocked down again. She has come up. She, she wasn't buried in a coffin with one little airline and with a walkie-talkie. But I mean, you have put her through everything, and she never fully broke. So if this is what you're giving us, you got to give us something. You got to tie it to something that we already know, and then give us a piece that we never knew, and you cannot make it about Tucker himself. He's got to be the trigger for something else, because you have knocked this woman down and built her back up 16 times over the last 30 years.
I'm trying to think here, and I really do got to look at the timeline. I don't think Josh has written for Ashley in the mental state.
No.
He hasn't. He hasn't. Because wasn't that Pratt? That was Pratt and for the last go round.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, I don't need Josh to use this as a. And I'm already going to say it. I see it happening, and if I'm wrong, I will publicly apologize. But I feel as though he uses this because he's running out of ideas for he's trying to connect another part of a story arc to get to where he wants to go. In other words, and look, I love Trevor St. John. I do. But they've done something with Tucker's character that I can't put my finger on, but for me, this is for me, I feel as though he's not as needed as he could have been and should have been. The same for Audra. So I'm looking at these two characters, and I'm like, okay, one of these characters might not make it to Christmas time or the 4th of July, and I'm seeing, instead of putting Kyle and Summer and certain people, you're using one particular character right now who has a perfectly situation to do away with one of them. Because if something, let's play pretend to be the writer for a daytime soap, shall we? Okay, you go ahead and you have the main storyline. Who killed Tucker or who killed Audra, right? You got Ashley over there being Candy, Cherry, Wendy, Shaleka. And we find out that it was one of Ashley's alters. You already know what kind of storyline we're going to go through. The family's going to protect her. She's going to avoid jail time. She may get a sentence, but they're going to say because of her mental health issues, I just wrote the whole story for y'all. Josh, all jokes aside, Josh, if you're going to use this as you know what, Eileen, pull me through. Just continue to pull me through, and I'll watch. I just don't have faith in Josh to give me what we're asking.
Yep, I want to see it.
Right.
But see, then again, there is that Audra piece, and if Audra's the one that dies, it could open. And I'm gonna hold off till the next show, but keep in mind and remember this in 2 weeks, if Audra's the character that goes, it does open up a whole other piece to play with. Candace, you kind of feeling what I'm feeling?
It does, but I feel as though you should have already started this ball rolling. And I'm gonna give you the timeline on this. When Audra was sleeping with Kyle, and let's go from there. There. They kind of dropped something with that spark. That you also had some other people that Audra talked to. And not for nothing, I'm putting Diane in it. And yes, Josh, you kind of let me down with the Diane thing, even though I'm kind of still seeing some things. But I'm like, I would have put Diane on my list as, oh, this little heifer was trying to get my son. Nope, not today, Satan. Push it right off the balcony. Whee! Whee!
Okay, I am going to throw one thing out here.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, I'm not going to link it for you. Candace, I think, and if you just say hoot, if you're with me, there is a way that Diane is the puppet master of all of this. There's been a couple of little spaces where if they tie it all together, Diane could be the puppet master of all this.
I mean, I've always been on the island for the last 2 years, right, of saying Diane is behind something. But I'm also wondering, and dang, Younger Russell, you messed this up too, but I can see you getting back onto it because I feel as though this is the storyline that, Josh, you're going to have to get back to because I'm starting to see a lot of things, and not for nothing, I still believe a certain person is still alive that's helping Diane on the sideline. That's it. So, woo-hoo.
Okay, Candace, we're coming at it from different angles, but we're on the same page.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. David.
Diane is the puppet master. I always said Diane is somebody is working with her to help her, on the side. Like she has split personality. The Diane we're seeing the whole, I have my husband, I stand by my family. We've seen that, right? Up until a certain point now. You're going after your son. You're kind of being a little bit, So to me, it's like, girl, you are now Kyle, because I kept saying, Diane getting close to Kyle was a red flag for me.
Yeah.
Because, when Diane came back, Jack, Phyllis, all of them had a right to be mad at her. Kyle, however, was more innocent because, he didn't know Diane like that. Diane figures like, okay, this is my son. He loves me. He will never abandon me. He will do everything I tell him because he has mommy issues. And also what Kyle said was, remember what he said? If he didn't have Harrison, he would be mad. But now he understands as a parent what a parent has to do, da-da-da-da. About to come back and bite you in the butt for saying that. Because, like I said, I'm starting to see Diane with her little Susan Walters. You play those eye motions like crazy. You do those facial expressions like nobody. I'm putting you in the category with some other great people who just gives me you don't even have to say a word. Just give me the facial expression because that's what she's been giving to me lately. Like she is unraveling herself, but she's trying to hold it all together. You know what? Yep, I see something happening here. By summer. Anthony, by summer.
By summer. But I'm just going to piggyback on what you said for 1 second. What they've given us is, oh my God, I can't take playing this role one more day looks. She is so raring to explode and let loose. And she's like, I gotta keep playing. It's not the right time. But I'm so done with this. Those are the looks. All right, David. Go ahead. No, go ahead, Candace.
Oh, no. I'm just going to say, again, I did have Diane on my Who Killed Tucker list. But I took her off, but I'm now putting her back on as my maybe suspect.
I'm going to agree with you, and I'm going to say because some things got pushed into a corner. All right. David. Yep. Okay. Over there. In 2 weeks, it's going to be good.
Yep.
If things continue, all right. David, what else, if anything, is either exciting the heck out of you or disappointing the heck out of you about The Young and the Restless?
Oh, it's the same old. Looking back, I think that Christine and Phyllis should both dump Danny. I mean, it's ridiculous. Look how old they are. They're acting like, it's just like they're acting like teenagers. And like you said, it took me a while to see it, he enjoys it. He's just an overgrown kid.
He absolutely enjoys it. But David, I'm going to disagree with you for this reason. You and I are men. There is a whole sector of fans who are enjoying reliving this piece of it. I have to say, I think the writing could be done a little bit better because they could really milk this if they played them at the actual ages that they are now. Having said that, I get what you say, because it is. But there's a whole sector of the audience that is reliving something they went through when they were going through this in their own lives. And it is hooking. And kudos to them for making it all happen. I'm disappointed. It could be and it should be better, but it's not horrible. Yeah. It should be better, absolutely. With the caliber of the history that they have to play with, the actor and actresses that they have playing these roles, this should be better. But it's not horrible, and it is hooking in that audience.
Yeah.
But go on.
At the same time, it, like you said, it's a little disappointing because I can't follow Phyllis's MO. I mean, she knows that he never
let's be honest.
loved her.
David, let's be honest, and Candace is going to jump in on this. I know she is. Ever since Michelle Stafford came back, girl, I loved you. I loved you as Phyllis. I loved you as Nina. I loved you in all your Lifetime movies. When you're the mother who is worried about her child, when you are the mother that is manipulating her child, when you are the woman that was manipulated by your mother and now you're taking it out on your child, all those movies, love them. Having said that, they have not known what to do with Phyllis for a very long time. She's a bitch. She's not a bitch. She's wounded. They keep bouncing her back and forth through all these different Phyllis personalities. That's a DID storyline in the making, by the way. Having said that, David, I'm glad they're doing it. I wish they were doing it better. Is there anything else about Young and the Restless that, is worthy of, because
Could I jump in real quick about this Phyllis Cricket
Yes,
thing?
you can.
Okay, here's the deal, because I'm going to bridge it off to another storyline that's kind of parallel. Anthony, you're right. There's a group of people who are reliving that they finally got their moment. Because, again, and Josh technically wasn't there for all of this either. There's always going to be that question of if Phyllis did not enter Danny Romalotti's life, would Danny and Cricket be together? Now, keep this in mind. Danny and Cricket, teenage lovers, they were the Barbie and Ken of the GC.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe not Ken, but Rico. And if you know who Rico is, you're my best friend. And then there was the Phyllis thing. And, again, we always say that one single moment can change the course of your life. Because you don't know where it could have been, it should have been, and whatnot. Okay, we finally get to this point. With Phyllis, here's the thing. I love you, Michelle. You know this. But I had an issue because, okay, you were going hard for Jack. Okay. Diane beat and won. You went ahead and you wanted to get close to Danny because of self-esteem reasons. So we relived this whole situation of you and Cricket and stuff like that. Okay, it's good nostalgia, when we do storylines like that. But again, we've grown up. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. Wait, hold on, Candace. I'm going to jump in here because we're grown up, but we watched Phyllis grow up. We watched Phyllis come to terms with shit.
They went back.
I know. And that's an insult, in a way, to all of us who traveled the Phyllis journey.
Yes, and the thing is that I love Trisha Cass. Shout out to you, baby, because today is the anniversary of the Bear News Bears. Yeah, y'all know the show. Bad News Bears. Yeah, that came out years ago. So today was your anniversary. But anyway, I love what Nina has said of Cricket. Why are you stooping to her level, to Phyllis's level? Because Cricket would never go this far. Another thing, too, is, Danny's a Cricket celebrity. Of course he's going to love the attention of two women fighting over him. Come on now. He's like the Donny Osmond of the GC. Come on.
Yes. Thank you.
By the way, Donny Osmond, if you would ever like to come on Take Two Radio, I so want to ask you so many questions, by the way. But anyway, but that's the thing. It's like his ego needs to be fed. And he was leading Phyllis on at the same time with Cricket. Now, when Cricket won that battle, Phyllis, thank you, Josh, for proving me right on this. I said that if she could not get Jack and Danny, there's one guy that she still got history with. When she went up there and kissed Nick, I was like, and here we go. I said, homegirl has fallen. She has fallen. I was so proud of Nick, you guys. I was like,
he said no.
Because to me, Phyllis is trying to cling on to somebody. And Young and the Restless, Josh, Shelby, you had Adam, Ashlyn. Let me see, who else did you have? Jeremy. Those three people that I just named, you could have gave Phyllis a love interest. Because I'm getting sick and tired of being sick and tired. You hear me? I feel like I'm Claire Huxtable. I am sick and tired of this whole hamster wheel of her going around and around and around. And I'm hoping for her anniversary special, which comes up really soon, Josh, because I know you love doing this. I need for Phyllis to sit her butt down and reflect on her life as far as it goes regarding why she keeps doing this to herself, if she's supposed to be a better person, and she's supposed to be a role model for her kids. Now, speaking of her kids, real quick, this is sideline. Daniel freaking Romalotti, me and you are done. Me and you.
Yes.
Josh,
yes, girl, yes.
He's awful.
Thank you for ruining this for me. Thank you so much. Round of applause to you, sir. Because the thing is that, like Danny and Cricket, I was a huge Lily and Daniel fan, right? I loved them. I loved the fact, it was old school vibe coupling, right? Okay. The one thing that I kept saying to Josh to do is now, at that time, it was 2023, 2024. You need to have me, as well as other people who was invested before, as well as new viewers, be invested. Show us why we should be invested in this couple, right? Because we've gone through it with Lily and Daniel.
Yep, we did.
Okay, wait, Candace, I got to stop you right there and just remark on the fact for a second, though. Young and the Restless got us to the point where Daniel and Phyllis were best friends and mother and son. We understood that she made all the mistakes she made. He understood. She understood. They found their way. They were best friends. And this time around, they completely forgot that ever happened.
Well, not only that, but let's remember, okay, because somebody was shocked to find this out, that Danny and Daniel are not related by blood. There's a whole situation. And that's why Daniel, out of Summer and Daniel has always been the smartest one because he knows his mother. He knows his mother inside and out. So this is what got me. This is seriously what got me, y'all. When I'm seeing him and Lily, and I'm getting all the vibes. Y'all know, like, the little, like, oh, my God, they're going to be together.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
me too, girl. Me too. Keep it going, girl.
Now, we know Crystal Khalil had her baby. Shout out to you, baby. So when Heather came snooping around, I was like, Danny, come on, Daniel, now you know. But when I saw them getting close together and them kissing and making love, and then they are around the coffee table, tee-heeing with Lucy about prom, and then Daniel said, I always still loved Heather and stuff like that. And Heather's like, I want to thank Lily for helping you see what kind of person you really was. Y'all, you know, there's times where you're sitting in front of the TV and you really have a reaction. Like, you really want to, like,
you really want to hit someone real.
Yes, right. I'm over here. I'm like,
Yep.
no. I said, first and foremost, I know Daniel did not just say he still loves Heather after all that we just been through. Even though we didn't know certain things about their relationship, to me, my whole thing is, one, Josh, you messed this up. Because Heather was jealous of Lily and Daniel. That Lily was able to do something that you could not do. And that's because Daniel and Lily always had that trust. Whether they were together or not, they still had that friendship trust. How the mess did you mess this up? Because when he was like, yeah, me and Heather, we've been talking about everything, and I feel as though, you know, now because of you, I'm in a good place. And you got Lucy over there, my parents are back together, and Heather is like, yeah, I know, I understand that you're mad at me, Lily, but I just want to thank you because, you know, it's been a hard time for me and Daniel. Excuse me? Josh, you could have did this real quick. Heather is Patty Cakes' niece.
Mm-hmm.
Heather is a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But here's the thing. I'm going to say this, too. Josh, you have this problem. You have everybody sectioned off on islands, on the Young and the Restless.
Wait, hold up. Before you go there, I'm sorry. I'm going to interject this because, Josh, I kind of think I know what you're doing with this, and you're going to expect us to accept the twist to get the ultimate ending. And no, you better put. You shouldn't have done this because when it comes back to Daniel and Lily, and you know you made a mistake, and you know you're gonna go back there, you better give him some sort of tropical the island breeze parasite in his blood that made him go a little cuckoo. Or Heather was slipping something in his drinks and we see it in flashbacks. I don't know.
I'm past
Fix
that.
this.
I'm past that now. I'm past it because they could have. To me, my whole thing is like, okay, when Heather came back to town, right? She kind of giving like Lily this look, and I was like, Heather lost Daniel. She's Patty Cakes' niece. You mean to tell me you couldn't play that beat of her going a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? But okay, you know what, Josh? I'm going to help you out even more. You didn't have to have her go crazy. You didn't. Because you know why? I'm going to tell you why. There's two other guys on this show that Heather has history with. But Josh,
Thank you,
wasn't
sister.
there. You wasn't there for
Thank
some
you,
of this.
sister.
And this is the problem that I'm having with 50% of the show. You mean to tell me, and I had to really think about this, and I'm going to ask you guys, has Heather had any scenes with Adam?
With
That's
Abby?
been my biggest pet. No, Adam.
Adam.
Oh, Adam, yeah, that was her first.
Uh-huh.
That is my biggest pet peeve. I'm sorry, girlfriend has been in town for how long now?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Has she had any scenes with Chance?
Nope.
Has she had any scenes with Chloe? Has she had any scenes with Chloe?
No.
Thank you.
No, you're right. You know what? I didn't even think of Chloe. Yes. Yeah, oh my God, yes.
And see, that's why it goes trickle to Chloe and Chance. And because to me, that's a part of the character's history. So, you know, instead of Phyllis going backwards, you could have had Heather try to sniff around Adam. Because Josh Griffin, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this on Take Two Radio right now. You do not have any clue what to do with Adam Newman, do you? Okay.
Nope.
You could have had Heather cross paths with Chance.
Yep.
I don't get it, but you got them so sectioned off because Daniel and Heather wasn't a big thing. Okay? I just want to let you know that, Josh. You might want to go on YouTube. With Lucy. Whew, girl, you know, Young and Restless, you really need to know what to do with your younger set. Because only one kid right now is giving it to me, and that's Connor. Because with Lucy, I feel as though I don't even know what to say. And I was riding for the Johnny, Connor, Lucy little thingy. But now I'm not even riding that anymore. Because I'm worried about my Connor. I'm worried about my Connor, y'all.
Girl, you stole my thunder. That was the one story that's the one that I am completely invested with.
Right?
Okay. Girl, he is so good. He just makes me feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
I've said this, and National Arts and Science and Television Academy, please listen to what I'm about to say. This year, 2024, is the year that all the youngins are going to step up and show out. From GH to Dave to Young and the Rustlers.
Every single one of them has somebody that is, And I was going to say, this is reminiscent to me of Aiden and Elizabeth in the kitchen. And then they brought it back to us again like last week. They gave us an update.
But I'm also saying this is because, okay, it was a 77.5 vote to not have the younger category this year at the Daytime Emmy. Okay. Next year, I need that 77.5% to think about this and reissue the younger actor category, the young category. I'm sorry, because to me, I'm seeing it left and right with Connor. And I kind of said this a couple of times, various, including here. For me, this is the story that I'm concerned about how they're going to write it. Because, and let me explain this, and Anthony, I know this is your story, and I'm definitely going to let you talk about it. To me, there's so many avenues you can take this story, but I'm afraid that you're starting the car up, right? You're starting the car up, right?
No, I know they're going to rev the engine, but they're never going to take it out.
Thank you.
They're never going to put it into drive. No, I know. Nope. Candace, that's what I was going to say. I swear on everything. Because they have set it up so beautifully. They really have. They could take this to those points, and have all the audience out there that has gone through versions of this with their kids, their grandkids, their sisters, kids, whatever, the kids that are going through it themselves. This is that storyline that could pull everybody in, and they've actually set it up really, really well. I am really impressed with the trajectory of it so far, except I think about every single Young and the Restless storyline that I started to invest in like this, and I go, oh, God, no, they're going to ruin it. I'm right there with you, Candace, because they're going to take the easy way out and wrap it all up in a tidy little bow, and next year we'll only mention it once in a blue moon.
Right. Like, to me, okay,
I hear you.
First and foremost, I look at the fact that they have, Chelsea, right? And, Chelsea has to, her life, her decisions contributed to Connor. At the same time, so has Adam. But if I look at it, it's more Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? It's Chelsea, right? Okay.
Candace, think about it. No, girl, think about it for a second. It's not, neither one of them is either worse than the other one. They both have put this. They are flaming messes. They are Cirque du Soleil of screw up. This poor kid has gotten it from every single part of his stability in life. His mother and his father are both nuts.
Well, no, wait a minute. I'm going to tell you why I'm breaking it down. I'm going to break this down real quick. It was, okay, a couple of weeks ago, Adam said to Nick, I feel as though I let him down because Connor has not had an easy life since he was born. And it's partly my fault, right? So when he said that, when Adam said that, I was like, he's going to try to do whatever it is in his power to make sure his child doesn't suffer, right? Hold on to that. You got Chelsea, who, in my opinion, this is me, she still should be going to therapy. But in my mind, and I know people who have done this, they feel as though after they accomplish at least 10 therapy sessions, they're cured. They're fine. Everybody is the yes and the yes person. It's like, yes, Chelsea, you're fine. You're fine. Because when Chelsea keeps going into that doctor's office, you know she's always like nervous and she's looking around as if the doctor's going to ask her questions. So when Chelsea when the doctor said, I'm certified, MBCDFG, Chelsea was okay with that. But at the same time, I think Chelsea it feels as though because of her decision, I'm going all psychiatry on this show right now, because of her actions is led to this, what she said. However, I noticed something with Connor this past episode. Y'all tell me if y'all did not see, did not feel this at all. When I saw Connor and his body language, okay, he reminds me, and I said this, hey, Young and the Rustlers, if you don't do it, I'll do it. I'll write the damn script. Because to me, it's sad to say this, and thank God we haven't heard much about this current year. Thank God. School shootings. And I was thinking about, those kids who does those things, or, goes down that dark path. They separate from their friends. They pull away from the reality, right? So when I saw Connor, right, and Connor was like, do I have to do the therapy session? And his body language, and he had the hoodie, like he was going to pull it up so nobody could see him. And then, when Connor, Chelsea, and Adam all made the agreement to go for him to get professional help, what did Connor do? Daddy, I don't want to go. Can I come and stay with you? And what did Adam say? Yes, you can, son.
Yes.
Yes, you can. So to me, it's like, Adam, your child, and I understand, when you are a parent, you feel as though the world is looking at you through your child's eyes.
Girl, I'm gonna pull you back for a second. All the things you're saying right now are absolutely valid, but here's the thing. You have been dead to this child twice. You were dead, came back, dead, came back. Those things could be all the things that fractured him piece by piece by piece. He fractured into who he is now. That could be the storyline, but they're not brave. Candace, they're not brave enough to go there.
Well, another show isn't going to be brave enough even if they don't go that way. But my thing is with Adam and Connor, to me, I feel as though there's something missing. Because if anything, Connor should have that feel towards Chelsea. Because Chelsea has kind of selfishly thought about herself. She loves her kids. She does. But she was about to do a selfish act. Okay?
But think about it, Candace. That's her son. Her son's gonna blame Adam for that. He could never make his mother. He was supposed to support and be with his mother.
And this is where Chelsea
that's how a young man would think.
Right, but at the same time, as a parent, to Chelsea is what she needs to do. This is what I need for Young and Rustlers, and I know if we get this, I'm going to be in shock because now you got Adam. And when I say this, please don't, is kind of babyifying the situation by allowing Connor to stay with them instead of talking to Chelsea.
He's doing the Victor Newman thing.
No.
He's doing the Victor Newman thing. He thinks he's got the answer.
He thinks he's got the answer, but also he's doing it wrong in the sense that, again,
of course he's doing it wrong, but think about the storyline that's being set up.
Oh yeah,
he's
I know.
Doing the big.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't. Okay, we're both in the same. Me and you, and I think David, you're all in as well. We're all in the same position of we see how big this storyline can go, how far it can go. This is not just a arc. This is a forever arc that will be, because this young man has been broken. This young man has been broken. You hear me? the parents don't know what to do. They're broken. Everybody is broken. How broken is this child, and how far, it's so many ways they can take this story, but Young and Restless, are you, and this is the same show. They had Ricky
Candace,
Williams.
I'm going to tell you, I think I know where they're going to go with this. They're not going to do a mass, they're not going to do a casualty event.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to have him commit suicide.
That's why I said about Ricky. But see, here's the thing, Anthony. I said that last night. And I said, okay, I'll tell you what I said. I'll say exactly what I said. I said, Josh, will you tell the story that's going to be very uncomfortable for audience members? That is actually being told every single day on the news and social media. I said, are you going to break that sensibility, that sensitive barrier that a lot of soaps have been doing for a very long time? Yes, these stories are very uncomfortable. We understand that. We don't like hearing these stories about somebody taking their own lives because of bullying, because of other things that's going on in their lives that nobody else can really understand. We know that these are soap operas, that they are supposed to take us away from the reality of the world and into La La Land. However, William J. Bell, Agnes Nixon, Sally Soxman Marina, and a lot of other writers used to tell these stories and still was able to get the point across and make you react to it. Yeah, and it was a topical, it was a conversation. It was a conversation.
The abortion storyline on All My Children.
I mean, no,
yep.
I mean, think about this. When I say, with Ricky, Paul's son, take a look at that
Ricky.
clip. Okay? When I look at Bold and Beautiful, think of Storm.
Maya.
No, when we talk about suicide, Storm.
Oh, yeah.
Right? On Days of Our Lives, JJ was about to take his own life from the Theo storyline. Remember that storyline, Theo and JJ.
Yes.
General Hospital, right now, I'm going to be honest with you. You got something over there, too, that's making me question about somebody, too. I need to go there. I mean, I get it. You don't want, and also, hey, network, don't interfere. Because half of the reason that I have a feeling they're not going to do that is because CBS cares. CBS cares. And the viewers won't. Like I said, we're very sensitive right now when it comes
Candace,
down to
it could be one of those storylines that goes down in history for having changed, they could do it very well. They could make us feel all the things that is felt in those situations and tell it with a message. And they've done it before, and they could do it with their storyline, but I don't think they're brave enough to do it.
But that's why I said, we're in 2024, right? 10 years ago, we may have been able to tell the story. 20 years ago, for sure we was able to tell a story. 30 years ago, we was able to tell a story like this because there wasn't a lot of there was backlash, but not because we didn't have social media. We had letters. We had phone calls. We had Soap Opera Weekly, Soap Opera Digest, and the others. We had, and I'm going to say it, we had badass exec producers who understood the assignment of what they needed to do for the show. We had head writers and the writer team and the breakdown writers and the script writers and the associate writers who understood to tell a story, you must be the story. We had that. Now, and I'm saying it, we do have social media. Social media could be a blessing, it could be a curse. We have people who will say, I'm not going to watch this, and because we're down to 4 soaps, maybe 5 next year, we're down to 4 soaps. And everybody knows how, look, if you drop a 1.5, you may be cancellation. Because next Monday, it's the anniversary when we found out Guiding Light was canceled.
All right, Candace, we got to rein this in a little bit, girl.
I know. No, because when I brought that up, the reason I brought that is because you think about Guiding Light too, right? Think about all the storylines that they were able to tell that cannot be done today. That's suicide. I hope Young and the Restless can go there.
I do too. I got to be honest. They have the perfect storm in this character.
And if it's not a suicide, wait, I think we should also bring this in. We're not really advocating a suicide. Okay, but let me break this down because I don't want people to say, "Oh my God, they all saying they want a suicide." No, what me, Anthony, and David are trying to say is that right now on our screens, what's being presented to us is a young man is crying out for help in a way. Yeah. He's kind of in a fight.
He's in a crisis. And he doesn't know how to express it, but he is crying out for help. And as you tell this story, there is a responsibility to a certain extent to soap opera history. This is a topic right now that really deserves that kind of storytelling. Take us through it and make us understand in this storyline because you have the perfect character and the actor is so good. And don't give us that butterfly, songs are singing, birds are singing out the window, and suddenly he's cured and he's skipping off to college. This is you set this up this way. Give us the story because it's good and we're here for it, not because we want to see pain, but because we understand how good it could be if you do it.
And it's sending a message. So that's
and it's sending a message, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, let's do Days real quick, David. Catch us up real quick. What's most interesting on Days?
John finding out that he killed Constantine's daughter has got me intrigued. But I don't think, since he can't remember, so I have my doubts if he really did do it because he can't remember. He was just found there with a gun in his hand.
Candace, go ahead, girl.
You know what? Dawn is innocent. Hashtag Dawn is innocent. I'm looking at you, Steve. I'm sorry. I'm on. Come on now. I look. Like I said, this is not a retcon. This is not a rewrite. This is true to the history of Days of Our Lives of both of the characters. When Constantine, we're talking about Constantine. So he said to John, "I've forgiven you." I'm like,
yeah, he's playing Maggie.
I was like, but no, I looked at that scene. When I tell y'all, I looked at that scene about 5 times, right? Because you know how some of these scenes, you got to, search for the clues and figure it out. Shout out to Loving. I'm like, I still say, Steve did something. Y'all, come on now. Tell me. Steve, what did you do? Okay, that's it.
You're hoping it's Steve.
I think it is Steve. Because let the record show, Steve's brain has been scrambled almost as many times as Jason Morgan's. Okay? There's always been a gap, a hole of Steve before he was Steve. He was working with all of them.
With Victor.
Something had to go down between. Let's go. Let's go. I'm here for it. Steve did it.
Girl, I'm right there with you. And honestly, if you don't go that way, Dave, it is a big mistake. Now, and I'm here with this storyline. I really am. But I'm going to caution you. this is the last time you can have John recover some portion of his life that he ain't remember up to this point. It's been 40 years of this now. This is the last unearthed memory of his life that we can deal with as days of our life. But I'm here with you on this storyline because, like Candace, I think we're in the middle of the ultimate switch out. David, tell me just a little bit about EJ.
Oh, God. EJ basically is flipped his gourd. I mean, he's crossed so many lines as DA. It's so funny, and he's trying to get Stefan out of the country so he won't, name him. And he's trying, and the funny part is that he's trying to send him into a war zone, and so he wouldn't come back. But Stefan sort of got the upper hand with him because he's got a tape, and he wanted. And it's just all mystified, and I can't believe that he's just they're letting EJ getting away with all of this, and I don't. And Paulina doesn't think he's been crossing any lines, and everyone else is suspicious of it.
David, I'm just gonna tell you this: if I was passing through Salem, and I got wind of all the different shenanigans that happen in this damn town, I would test the damn water. Something like these people are high. These people are high. Okay, Candace, go ahead, girl. I got thoughts, but I know you got good ones. Okay, girl.
Excuse me.
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. Okay. You gonna pass through next one about the water? I'm sorry.
You know what I'm talking about. They're all high. Some things get high.
I would be saying the same thing too. I ain't going. No. You know what? Instead of touching the water, we got to go to Brady's Pub. Think about it. Why everybody go to Brady's Pub and then stuff happens?
You know what? Absolutely, because that's the place that they would send you to go eat. And the clam chowder and the iced tea.
Oh, the
They're
clam
both
chowder.
different.
And the brewery and the beer.
Yeah.
There's some mind stuff going on there. Okay, so EJ. So EJ and his brother, right? We talking about that too? We talking about all that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I said, the chess game, I personally enjoy that because, and I don't know if this was true or not, but I thought it was a great homage to Joseph Muscala, Stefano Demir. We will never have another one like you because chess is a mind game. You always have. That's why Victor plays it because it's it sharpens your mind to be one step ahead of another. Okay, I'm going to be the person enjoying it. Dave, you kind of let me down with this whole EJ being DA situation because I don't know. I just feel as though like Young and the Rustlers, y'all don't really know what to do with Dan as far as EJ goes. Like I feel as though this is the moment where, and correct me if you guys think differently. Obviously, you all have different opinions. Don't y'all think EJ should be a little bit meaner?
No, Candace, I do not. I think EJ should be a lot meaner.
Okay.
I think it is time. I think it is time for him to let the tiny things that hold him back go, and let him be the Demera that has always been under. But straight up out in the world, balls to the floor. I don't care no more. I am my father. I said. Oh, I'm getting a little Neil Diamond up in here. But, yeah, no, it's time for him to just become pure, badass evil. Second, you're never going to actually top EJ. So at some point, you got to give up the game and focus on something else, because I don't want to see you die. I actually really enjoy you. And I enjoyed this piece with you and EJ, but it can't last. So something else has to happen, and you need to focus on something else. You're not going to best him because he's about to become pure OG daddy Stefan EJ. You are not the heir apparent of the Stefano Demira, That's EJ. That's where I am right now. I've had fun with this. I really have. But it's time to let EJ, complete the cycle. Yeah, it's time to complete the cycle and let EJ out. Let him be the EJ that he used to be, that he was growing into, and then you decided to turn him into a romantic hero, and I went along with it. I loved him with Sammy. I did. I liked him with Nicole. It wasn't bad, but I loved him with Sammy. But now, I don't want him with anyone. I want him mean. Candace, any rebuttal?
I agree with you 100%.
All right. Let's do Bold and the Beautiful real quick, because I think we need to spend a little bit of time with General Hospital. Candace? Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
This week on the Bold and the Beautiful. Well, no, okay. You know what? I'm gonna be nice because it was only on 3 times. Bold. You're going to the season where you're preparing us for something. Okay. So Finn and Steffi, I'm gonna take it back. Finn and Steffi was trying to get back together, all lovey-dovey and stuff. But Finn had extra company in his mind. It happens all the time. You ever have an intimate moment with your loved one? The lights are dim, the bubbles are bubbling.
And the other one that you're thinking about just taps you on the shoulder and gently whispers in your ear.
Like,
but I touch you better than she does. Mm-hmm.
Right, and then goes, hello, son. And then all of a sudden you see literally your dead mother on the ground looking at you, and you're trying to figure out how your wife killed your mother. It happens all the time when you're making love. I said, not really. So we got Finn literally still freaking out about Sheila and her death. Meanwhile, you would think Steffi would be so concerned about her, marriage and Finn's needs and stuff like that. No. She over there being a part of Hope doesn't love you. Hope doesn't care for you. She's only using you and everything. And meanwhile, Liam and Carter had a nice conversation. They were talking about the growth that they noticed. I enjoyed that scene, by the way. And then you have Poppy Pop comes over to tell Finn, you need to talk to Serena. My cousin, look, she just needs somebody right now, and she needs a male figure in her life, and you need to step up. And Finn is like, what the hell? And then on the flip side, Luna goes over and she asks Bill, like, are you okay? And Bill is like explaining the situation, and it got emotional because Luna is explaining, saying, she just feels, she's all over the place right now. It was a really nice moment too. And Bill, is officially off the hook for right now, unless there's a rewrite, and saying that one, he said to Luna, do you like money? And she said no. He was like, well, you definitely couldn't be my kid because my kids love money. Two, he did say in the knowledge that, about him and Poppy, and then he said, whatever is worth, whoever is her father is going to be a lucky guy to have her as a daughter. So that was kind of beautiful. But then we go back to Hope and Thomas. Yes, folks, for those who was hooping and hollering, Hope never said she loves him. We never saw them saying that. Da-da-da. I kept saying on this show and the others, Hope didn't need to say those 3 words because here's the thing. if she didn't love the man, she would not have him outside of their bedroom. You see what I'm saying? Like, she literally had Thomas at family gatherings and vice versa. They're publicizing their relationship in front of Brooke, Ridge, everybody.
Yeah.
So if this woman didn't love him and went to bat for him, then I don't know what love is. So she finally said it. She loves him. She loves him. She loves him. But
she doesn't want to get married.
Right. Well, let me get to that. Back it up a little bit. So Thomas, y'all know, like the last time we was on the show, he proposed to her, right? And she said, nope. So,
nope.
and Bold and Beautiful Time, it's now been 5 days after that last proposal, right? So he goes ahead and he says, Hope, will you do me the honor of making all my dreams come true? We're going to make it. Okay, she did say that. And Hope said, no.
Nope.
And Thomas's world came crashing down. And then she explained to those who care, she literally did get out of a marriage. Literally. She was married last year. It hasn't been a full year yet with Thomas and Hope. But she's been down this path where even the words I love you don't mean anything to her. And being married to somebody doesn't make or break you. Doesn't make or break the relationship. She made valid points. Thomas, however, goes over and knocks on whose door? Steffi's door. She said no. And Steffi was like, I tried to tell you. Like, she wore your ring around her neck for what? To tease you, tempt you, right? And all this stuff. So Steffi is, like, taking it real personal. Like saying, I tried to tell you these things and you didn't listen. And Thomas like, I wish you would have rejected me. Thomas, good and well, if she rejected you, you would have been flying off the Richter scale. Because everybody's walking around on eggshells around you. I've said this from jump. If Hope said no to Thomas would go up because, again, yeah, it's great. Round of applause. You haven't done anything yet to do some harm. But, again, you have because what is this obsession with you marrying Hope? Because even Steffi said that you asked her again. Like, what the heck? Did you just ask her something? And she said no. But then, Thomas, you did something too. And Anthony and David, you tell me how you would feel when somebody tells you this, okay? If I told you guys, get out of my business, I'm a grown-up, I can do what I want to do. Thank you, right? What does that mean? For you guys to do
You're
what?
a grown-up. You can do what you want to do, and I can thank you for it.
Amen. Mm-hmm. So then you go over there and you tell Steffi all of this stuff. But, Thomas, you're a grown-up. You told Steffi to stay out of your life. Not out of your life, but out of your relationship with Hope. Because you know that Steffi was trying to be the whole, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. So now Steffi is doing, I told you so, I told you so. Then she goes and talks to Hope and belittles her a little bit. I was like, all right, no, Hope, you better do it. You better do it. Hope made some valid points. Steffi made some points. But at the end of the day, Steffi, you really, again, I understand that's your brother, but this is between Thomas and Hope. This is not between Steffi and Hope. Steffi, you need to worry about your husband because your husband is about to go through it. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Okay. I got to step in here for a second.
You
didn't want her with Liam. You shoved your brother in her direction. Right. Girl, please. Girl, please. Now, you know I love you. I'm still going to be on your team, but girl, please.
Right?
Yeah. I just had to say that. All right. We got to go to General Hospital. All right. They have fixed a few things. They have made a few mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
They have made a few mistakes. They have fixed a couple of really good things. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Outside of all the other things I'm gonna say, I loved every single scene with Heather Weber and Laura Weber. Oh, my God. I loved every single scene with them. I don't know exactly what you're trying to show us with Tracy right now, but I'm interested. I'm going to say keep going. Okay. Now we have to have some other conversations. You have Ava LaRue. What the hell are you doing? You have Ava LaRue with Maurice Bernard. What the hell are you doing? This character is so, I don't know, Candace, is there a word?
Confusing.
Disappointing. I'm sorry, confusing and disappointing.
Confusing? Okay. I'm going to help you out.
Go, Candace, yes, because I got feelings. There's so many feelings.
I'm going to help you out. I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to hold your hand while I say this. You bring on Eva freaking LaRue. Okay? Eva freaking LaRue. And you bring her in this very complicated, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to pretend I'm complicated role of a mother not knowing her daughter's sexuality. And it's very,
She's Catholic, yeah.
Amen. It is 2024. And I understand there's still people who are closed-minded about their sexuality because they feel as though this is a phase, da-da-da-da. You mean to tell me, though, you bring her on, you try to make her, quote-unquote, the bad girl, the bad person in this situation, right? And you had that scene with her and Maurice Bernard. By the way, even though did confirm they were contesting Maurice and her. Which, to my point, Anthony, I told you so. I told you they were doing it. Anyway, basically he was trying to do the reverse.
I knew they were going to do it, and I told you they were going to do it, and it was not going to work.
Well, we both said the same thing. But anyway, but then you bring out Sonny and Christina, right? Now, that part I like. But you don't know what to do with You don't know what to do with Eva LaRue. And the thing is, there's a lot of things on General Hospital that when we talk about it, everything right now is wiggly wonkly, right? Because you're really going through transition. I would like to point out too, General Hospital as of right now, today, for the next 2 weeks, are not filming because they're getting some stuff in order, new script.
Yep, they got 3 weeks, I think.
No, I think it's 2. I think Josh Kelly said 2, and I think they also said 2 weeks too. Because they can't do 3. That's going to be later on this year.
Okay, well, real quick. They need to fix Anna real quick.
Wait a minute. And also,
this ping pong they're playing with Anna is not cool.
Because they're trying, to me, with General Hospital, I noticed some character reset. But I also noticed some character, and this is going to sound crazy, but in a few weeks you're going to understand. They're getting to the root of things that has not been explained in the last couple of years from these characters' POV. And that's why I think some fans, not all fans, some fans are having a problem with this. Because with Anna had made a very good point about why Robin was so loyal to Sonny and Stone and all of them. She made it a point to say, I wasn't there. I wasn't there to, kind of guide her from not going into that path. And, yes, Robert doesn't like Sonny. That's true to the game. But, again, Robert and Anna wasn't there for Robin during that time period. The only people she had was Max, Felicia, Sonny, Jason. You know what I'm saying? So that you got that POV from Anna. We've never gotten that. We've never gotten that.
No, I don't think we have.
And let me see, Robin is. Are we about to come with? No. It can't be no almost 30 years with Robin. But no.
What? Since
No,
Since she found out?
30 years. No,
About, I think.
30 years.
94?
Almost 30 years. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
No. Wait, I'm. Oh my gosh.
Okay, Candace, let's be realistic.
Sorry,
you ready?
Sorry about this. It's just weird that
They're setting up.
Okay.
They're setting up Maurice Bernard's exit storyline. You know it, don't you?
No, I don't.
I will say this. The blueprint of General... Okay, so I'll tell it. For those who are wondering, like, what is the blueprint of what Elizabeth and Patrick and General House, what ABC are trying to do? They're kind of going to the blueprint of 90s.
The 90s.
A little bit of late 90s, early 2000s. And the reason for that was because there was a lot of character development. There was a lot of character abductions, as well as you got a POV for a lot of things. And the thing is that Sonny, everybody wants to know, how did Sonny go from this to that, right? Where everybody bows down at the feet of Sonny Corinthos, right? But you got to peel it back, because when Jagger, to this day, I'm sorry, when Jagger said to Sonny that, he used Stone's death to become the savior, this holy saint of a person. And again, when you was watching it back in the day, you didn't realize it until that was just said. Because you think about, this is the same man who got Karen, pole dancing, she
hooked on drugs.
Hooked on drugs. This is the same person who, was doing A, B, C, and D. But everybody loves Sonny Corinthos. Sonny can't do no wrong. It wasn't until Stone, like, his whole image changed because of Stone. And from that day on, that's why you have certain people who are like, you know what, Sonny, you're cool, da-da-da-da. While you have Scotty Baldwin, who will always be pissed at Sonny.
Right.
So when Jagger said that, I'm like, I mean, that's true. You think about Jason. Yes, okay. Okay. Yes, we know what Jocelyn said 3 years ago versus now. I looked at it a little different. Anthony, you may have started this too. Yes, we know that Jocelyn knows that Jason kills people, right?
Yep.
But at the same time, she went to her mother. And this is where I will defend half of this, okay?
I'm going to defend almost all of it. I'm sorry. Hold up. I'm going to say this. I like that General Hospital did this. I don't like that they made her, like, stupid in that part of the area of the storyline, but I like that they did this, because it's too convenient. It's too easy to just make her the next Carly. Then nothing that she actually does will be really impactful. They didn't. The storyline progress, what they want to do with it, great. You kind of fumbled how you actually did it, but it still has potential. That's where I am right now.
So it doesn't bother you that it was sort of that she acted like she didn't know?
That bothers me.
But he did?
It bothers me incredibly. But
yes,
I like the idea that she, says, you know what? No, I'm not going to accept that. That doesn't work for me. I'm not going to judge you, Mom, for it, but I ain't taking it. That part of it I really like, and the potential for that was really cool. And then they screwed it up. Can they pull it back? I don't know. I really hope they do.
What part?
The part where she differentiates herself from Carly. Basically, the biggest criticism of Josh right now is that she's a carbon copy of
yes,
Carly.
she is.
And so, this is the way to differentiate her. And to let them be at odds, but let them not judge each other for it. Candace?
I feel Okay. In general, what I noticed about General Hospital, including Joss and Carly's conversation, is we're seeing the parents of these kids now dealing with the consequences, dealing with the choices that was made years ago. Because when Josh has said to Carly, is that what Jason does? And it's like, to me, I was really thinking to myself, yeah, okay, I know everybody says to look up mob enforcer and stuff like that and to kill, but again, sometimes you are so naive that you're just like, okay, does they really do that? I'm just saying this out loud, right? And to me, I'm like, when Carly kind of looked at her, and I'm like, you know what, Carly, you had the same conversation, didn't you? You remember who you had it with, but you didn't really explain everything. So when Josh was shocked that Dex was doing this, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Yeah, they were trying to make her a mini Carly because they kept saying Dex is Jason. But I'm gonna tell you something. Hey, General Hospital, you had me laughing. Dex snitched, real fast. I'm like, dang! Like, he's like, okay, yeah, so this is what happened. So Sonny made me do this. I'm like, yo, Dex got a target on his back. But I'm going to say this. If this is...
Girl, you know they going to kill him.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is where I'm going to slam Dan and Chris for just a brief moment. Because, you know, this is the wrap up to their outline, by the way. To me,
they're going to have Joss kill him.
No, I know exactly who's going to kill him. And you do, too. You know
it's going to be Joss. That's who I think.
You think it's going to be Joss?
I do. I think they're going to go the stalker storyline, and she's going to accidentally kill him.
I think it's going to be the mob war.
Joss going to kill Dex? Is that what you're saying?
I think it's going to be the mob war.
And he's going to die by... Okay.
He's going to be. Somebody's going to say, you're not going to do something. You want me to prove a point? Bop.
Yep.
That's how it's going to happen. It's going to be so quick. You'll be like, the hell? Because, and this is the thing. I like Evan. Let me preface this. But for almost 3 years,
you've done nothing with him.
Really done anything because they started with it where people forgot he came on to be Michael's helper. But to me, there was another side of Dex that we will never get to know. And they tried in the last couple of months, in the last couple of weeks, actually, by saying he was from the military and da-da-da, and his father, da-da-da. He was trying to give us something. But sadly,
it just fell flat.
It didn't work.
It was too late.
Yeah, and I feel as though we could be wrong because things could change because it's under new management. But the thing is that, you got Joss over there rethinking, like, wait a minute, so Dex was going to be a mini Jason, and I was going to be with that? I'm trying to work at General Hospital. I can't have this on my conscience. So, again, it's like, Carly.
Oh, but you know what, Candace? If they go in the direction you're thinking, then she'll have the complex, I did this to him. If I didn't completely reject him, he wouldn't have done that, and then he wouldn't have been, Sonny's fisherman bait. Oh, I like that. I like that idea, Candace.
Yeah, well, General Hospital Venmo me, okay. Another factor with the whole Sonny thing is, I'm like, this is not 2023's Sonny, and I always say this. To me, this is 2002 Sonny. This is Sonny when he was with, not only 2002, which was a very good year, but also the year he was with Claudia. What's up, Sarah Brown?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I'm like, okay, you're playing on Sonny's altars, like the writers, okay? And I think you have two writers now who, again, Patrick Mulligan says the complicated character to write for on General Hospital is Sonny. Because over the course of years, the writers have made this character more complicated than what he should be. Because I bet everybody is like, how did Sonny go from A to B real quick? He was all smiling and in love with Nina, and now all of a sudden it's like, okay, yeah, this person going back in the car,
Mm-hmm.
pop, 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 pop.
Which is why I say, last year, Maurice Bernard said that there was going to come a time when he didn't want to do this anymore. And I think that they are setting up all of the prerequisites for his exit storyline. He may not go this year, but they're kind of taking apart the Sonny mystique so that when he decides he's done, it isn't Sonny right now. It is the center core of the entire arc of all the storytelling on the show. And I think right now they're starting to pick that apart and give other lines the opportunity to take that center core. Ain't gonna be thin. I'll tell you that for sure. David?
I see a lot of movement in the show. I see Jason actually affecting just about every story. One in particular that threw me is that they're putting, I don't know, do you see it that he could have been the one to accidentally hit Curtis? Or don't you think he was up there at all?
Anthony, take this one. Take it.
Jason was not the person who shot Curtis. All right. There were so many things wrong with this whole storyline. I get that. I heard that there was a whole another storyline plan that was ditched, and it was probably just as bad as this one. But this one is really, really bad. Candace, go. Candace, just go.
Why is everybody acting like Jason was on a vacation and not coming back from the dead? I'm just asking for a friend. And you're right, because Steve Burton did confirm that there was a whole different scenario, and Elizabeth Port took over and started editing and writing on her. So I do wish I could see the original outline. Okay.
Me too.
So you mean to tell me we're going to have a divided Port Charles about Jason and Sonny?
Oh God.
Okay.
Looks to.
I'm going to be the nicest person right now. Watch how I do this kumbaya. It's a great umbrella storyline to the following people: Jake, Danny. And to me, that is the best part of this whole storyline.
I agree 100%.
Other than, Jason was working for the feds and all that stuff, but it's something still not jealous, still not.
Yeah, because we don't know exactly what it is.
Exactly, right. Like, okay, because I said on the show, do you guys remember when I said this when it was now Steve Burton was coming back? I said, unless you tell me that Jason is working with the feds or something, I don't care. Well, okay, thank you. I do kind of care because, no offense, y'all, Adam, the one that plays Jagger.
Mhm. He's got.
Yes.
He's got it. He has it. And for him, and
yes,
I'll say it, right?
Yes,
you see
does.
his eyes. His hair. His voice. It's cute. But can I say this? I'm going to say it. This is very controversial. He overshadowed Steve's return as Jason Morgan.
Yep.
And he has time with almost everybody, men and women.
Yep.
And the truth. The thing is that, like I said about Jake and Danny, you have, first and foremost, this was supposed to be Elizabeth that Jason was going to go and see. But they reconned that for Carly's purpose, right? Okay, so you got Carly, Jason, and all that jazz, right? Okay. Then you go to the boathouse, right? And I was surprised as because I thought, in all honesty, I said he's going to go over to Elizabeth's house. Somehow, some way, he's going to go over there, or because he's not going to go to the General Hospital, right?
No, let them set up that little triangle for later. Oh, girl, you know it's going to come out.
But wait a minute, hold on. Well, I'll talk to you off the show. But at the same time, I was like, all right, he's at Quartermaine Boathouse. Nobody's going to look for him there. Nobody's going to think he's back at the Quartermaine. There's no way. When I saw him and Danny, I was like, I said, don't fail me now. So, Jesus, that part I was invested. However, I was like, okay, you have the fact that, Jason, you don't know your child at all. You do not know your kid at all. And on the flip side is, Danny, out of both of your kids, Jason, Danny's actually been with you the longest, in the sense of you didn't treat him as a secret, okay? And liaison fans, before you get on me, you know that's how Jake was. It was a secret between Elizabeth and Jason about conceiving Jake, okay? That's why when I get to Jake...
And then he got killed/kidnapped to Castle Island.
I'm going to get to Jake in a minute. Because with Danny, he feels as though, wait, my dad's alive. Okay, I'm going to have this bonding moment. Like, it's kind of like a secret club. But I did not but I thought about this for future purpose. Jason taught him how to use a gun. And showed him how to take the safety off and all that stuff. So I'm thinking to myself, Danny is now
what a nice bonding moment.
Right, it's always nice. This is the boy who's vaping, drinking, and now knows how to shoot a gun, how to take the safety off. Oh, yeah, we're definitely going to use you in a few months, Danny. Because also with Brooklyn, oh, my God, they maybe like Brooklyn again. Where Brooklyn was like, act like a Quartermaine and calm down. Because every Quartermaine needs a lawyer. I'm like, yo, preaching to the choir. Okay, with Danny. Now with Jake, some people are saying, well, Jake's being mean to Jason and not like. No, it's not. You guys, you got to understand Jake's point of view here. Jake knows, and I'm pretty sure he has a clue of what Jason does.
Yeah.
He's also the same guy. He
doesn't like guns.
He doesn't like, thank you, he doesn't like guns, but there's something else that's bothering Jake. I need General Hospital. Hey, Elizabeth and Patrick. Hey, it's me. And I don't have to worry because I know you probably will do it. What does Jake have that the other kids right now don't have? What is something that Jake has that none of the other kids right now have?
A girlfriend?
No, because isn't that Charlotte?
I think Charlotte is still his girlfriend.
Yeah. You give up? Because we only got a couple minutes.
I give up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has daddy issues. Lucky is gone. Franco is gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Drew is gone. Well, you got
Drew's about to be gone, and God, please take him swiftly.
You got Finn.
There's nothing left for Drew. Take him.
Right. I know. You got Finn over there I don't know what he's trying to do. And then you got Jason. Up until a certain point, Jake probably didn't even know that Jason was his father. But then when, he finally gets to have Jason in his life, Jason was taken away. So, yeah, sorry, y'all. Jake is dealing with him. He is Elizabeth's child, after all. He's a very emotional person. And to me, the Jason stuff should divide Danny and Jake.
Think it's going
to. And I'm here for it. Yeah, and I'm here for it because Jason doesn't know.
I'm here for that, too.
Yeah, he doesn't know neither one of these kids, and they don't really know, like what Danny said about his brain. He's like, so you don't remember, like, all this stuff. Like, this was an opportunity for Danny to get. Danny is actually going to have the upper hand on knowing Jason, but not like his first son, which is Michael. So when Michael came in and him and Jason was bonded and talking, and Michael told Willow, why he always been riding on Jason is because of what Jason did for Michael when Michael was raped in jail. I nearly hollered when they brought that up. I was like, I say, didn't spend too much time, but I bet a lot of fans, especially new fans, didn't know about that. And
didn't know.
Yeah.
Folks, that's why I say with General Hospital, first and foremost, kudos General Hospital, because guess who's been watching the whole episode? Me. You got me watching the whole episode of your show instead of dipping and dabbing. You're making the POVs of these characters very solid. Yes, some of it doesn't make any sense. And real quick before we go, can we please give a round of applause to the folks at General Hospital for the Marshall Kevin stuff?
Yes. Oh, my God.
Oh, that was wonderful.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
But I'm going to say there was no lies detected in that conversation. That happens all the time, sadly, based off of sexuality, income, rape, and whatnot. People get misdiagnosed all the time because they don't think that people's going to follow up on it. I love that. That was my highlight of the week, y'all. Take it away, Nancy.
Yeah.
David.
Yes, it was. I loved every minute of that.
It was so masterfully done. They gave each point of view. When Stella went through, I was like, sing, sister, sing, scream. And then Kevin. They gave us all the layers. They made us think, but they didn't pound us over the head with it. It was so well done. Usually they drag this out, and instead they went for the hard shock value. They hit us with it, bam, 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 bam. Made us all think, made us all feel. It was so well done. David.
Then there's Stella and Tracy.
Okay, I'm going to say it. I am so enjoying Tracy. I so love her.
She's getting the feels.
I so love Tracy. Oh, God, pay her anything. Please beg her never, ever to leave again. I so love Tracy. She gives me everything in every scene. I love her with Lucy. I love her with little James. Oh my God, when she brought Lois the tea. Oh, I so love Tracy. Candace, what are they doing with her though?
For Tracy?
Yeah.
They're making her Lila.
I think so, right?
But she brought up.
That's a good.
Yeah, because most of her life she's been like Edward. But she's
letting her Lila come through.
Yep. When she broke down and talked, and real quick, when she broke down and she looked at the hospital bed and she said all she could see was Luke. I was like, damn it.
Yep.
I'm here for it. You know what, GH? I am hoping this is the turnaround we've been waiting for. And I see it, especially, real quick, spoiler alert, if you did not see today's episode, I say you should watch today's episode because we finally got a POV from somebody that was long overdue, in my opinion.
Oh, spoil it for me. I haven't seen it yet. Who?
Yeah, that's why I said a POV.
Is it Elizabeth?
Yeah, with their boy.
Girl, who is it?
Somebody else who's celebrating 2 years today as a certain character.
Oh,
and that's
Tabiana.
what I'm going to say. Yeah. Happy anniversary, sweetie. And with that, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Get connected with Take Two Radio on Facebook or Twitter at Take Two Radio. For email updates on future shows, follow at Blog Talk Radio. For previous episodes, upcoming guests, and more, visit Take2Radio.com.